This week on Barely Homesteading, rabbit hutches. So on Barely Homesteading, we're trying to get to the goal where we can produce half of our food for the entire year on site. And those of you who watched our previous video of our production last year will know that we're not quite there yet, so we're constantly trying to expand the operations here on the homestead. One of the things that we're going to be doing this year is we're going to be adding rabbits to the mix. We've got some rabbits coming tomorrow, a little bit earlier than we had planned, but you can't argue with free, so we're going to be getting some rabbits. So we've got to get some rabbit hutches built for them today so that we have somewhere to keep them. So the rabbit hutches that we're going to be building are not like anything that I've seen before, but we're going to give it a try. So what I want to do is I want to build a modular rabbit hutch system. The idea is that we are going to have a common footprint for the rabbit hutches, 2 foot by 4 foot, and we're going to build these so that they will be stackable and that they will be movable. So it's not going to be permanent in place. We'll be able to move them around as we need and adjust and be able to customize the rabbit hutches as our rabbits, the number of rabbits we have, grow and shrink and change between the mix of male and female. So let's get started. So the main constraint on our rabbit hutch is we're going to be using these plastic grates as the floor. We use these plastic grates on our chicken coop, and I really like them. They are able to be put together without a seam, with these lips on the sides. They are smooth plastic, so we don't have to worry about animals hurting their feet on here. And they're pretty tough. They've lasted a couple of winters up here with no cracks or breaks, so I'm super happy with these. And so we're going to build our rabbit hutch boxes around this. So with lumber prices so high right now, building these rabbit hutches, it would normally be cost prohibitive. But what I've been doing is going to the local big box stores and buying up the cold wood. In other words, the wood that nobody else wants to buy. They will typically bundle it up and sell it for a steep discount, sometimes 10% of what it normally costs. Now, don't know if you'll be able to see this, but this particular board's got quite a bit of a bow to it. And so that's why nobody else wants to buy it. So we're going to be rather selective in how we cut these boards up so that when we do put them together for the rabbit hutch, the bows and the twists and the cracks and things like that that are in this wood isn't going to affect our rabbit hutch build. Okay, so we're going to start with a 2x4 frame box of the same size as our grate. That's going to support the grate, be able to attach the grate to this, and it's going to give it a lot of structure, a lot of support. Now we're going to come up off of this base with 2 foot high 2x4s that will form the sides. One thing I forgot to mention on this box, because we're making this modular and we want them to be able to be the individual units to be able to be moved, when you build this box, the bottom base frame, you want any curvature, any bowing of the wood to go in to the middle. Okay, so this sideboard right here has got a pretty good curve to it. When I put it together, I got that curve going so that it is pointing in. The reason for that is this base is going to form the lip on the bottom of the unit that will sit inside of a pocket on the top of another unit. And so I want to make sure that all of those bows go in, because if they go out, it may not sit inside of that pocket of the other unit. Okay, so I have all of the 2-foot 2x4s attached to the base. Now we're going to make another box exactly the same as the bottom box, the frame that the grate sits on, for the top, except I'm not going to put the middle cross beam in. All right, so the main frame of the hutch is done. Now you'll notice that the 2x4 24-inch sides that I put on, I put them the width of a board above the bottom, and then when I attached the top box, I sunk it below the top of the board, again the width of one board, so that this forms a pocket that the lip on the bottom will be able to fit into from another hutch. All right, so for this first hutch, we're actually going to subdivide it. And so we're going to have a shelter and an open spot. So that's why we've added these middle boards. If we were just going to have it open, I would just enclose it all with the chicken wire. But I need to have somewhere to attach things to, and so that's why we have added these 2 middle boards so that I have places to attach. All right, so the original plan for the roof, I did not slope it enough. And so after I got the roof beams on, I realized that instead of shedding water and snow and droppings from cages above, I just created a trap where everything's just going to sit. And so I'm going to have to cut new beams with a greater slope so that there is a gap back here where things can shed off the roof. All right, so we got the rabbit hutch done for the most part. On the open side, we've got the poultry netting on the back and on the side. I've got to go to the store. I realized I'm out of hinges, and so then we'll make a door for the front and attach that. And then on the closed side, again, I don't have any hinges, and so I've got to pick some up so that we can put a panel, a hinged panel on the front that we can rotate up so that we can get in there and clean. And then I've got to pick up some metal roof panels so that we can put the roof on, and then it'll be done. So I'm going to make a quick run to the store, pick up those things, and then we'll finish this off and we'll start on the second one. All right, so we moved the hutch outside. It was going to be easier to move it before we put the roof on and the doors. So we've already moved it outside. I'm going to build the doors, take them out, attach them, and then we'll put the roof on. Okay, so we got the rabbit hutch done, and it's in its temporary place until we get the permanent rabbit area done. So I just got it on some cinder blocks here. And so the roof turned out pretty well. It was a bit of cutting to get around the 2x4s and things, but it's working out. One thing that I noticed, though, while I was doing the roof, you can see here that because the roof is slanted, it comes up into the area where the lip of the other hutch would be once we set it down in this pocket. So I'm going to have to think about that. I believe I've got a solution for it, which is going to be to undercut the lip of the other hutch that'll go on here so that it can interface, but maybe I'll come up with a better idea. And with that, we're ready to put the rabbits in, and so we'll show you that.
Where are we going?
Get the bunnies!
Who's excited?
Me!
So we found somebody who had some bunnies that needed a good home. We've been thinking and talking about getting bunnies for a couple years now, so we decided to jump at the chance. It's been a little bit of a rush to try to get their cages made, but apparently that's the way we do things. Animals first, preparation second. We gotta work on that. But we're on our way to get the bunnies. We're pretty excited. All right, so the rabbits are here. Okay, you can each have a turn to hold one and just give us a minute.
I need you to back up. Oh, I'm going to put her in this cage.
Do you want to help hold her for a minute?
Hold. Let's put her in the hutch.
What is she gonna do?
Get under her legs. There you go. And set her in there. Right now, you need to stand. Baby bear, move back.
You can do
Sure. All right, so we finished up our first rabbit hutch. Rabbits are temporarily installed, and so we'll get started on the second one so that we can get the two males into a bigger place and a somewhat more permanent place that they can get used to. All of the rabbits are currently calming down. You know, it's rather traumatic for them to move places and be in the car for a little while and be in new surroundings. So they're all calming down, you know, kind of getting used to things. But we will keep you updated on the rabbits and how they do. And for now, this is Lumberjack saying use it up, wear it out, make it do without. Please like and subscribe, and we will see you next time.